Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of Money Down Podcast. It's your co-host, Praise the Professor.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Gator the GOAT.
It's your co-host, Dre the Gambler, man.
Boy, listen. I hope everybody watched that last episode.
Let them know. Let them know, Professor.
Because I'm probably the only person in the world that called Georgia Tech out to win the game. I ain't talking about no spread. I'm talking about straight money line. It was plus 350. You could have put $100 down and bought you by 340.
I should have followed my dog. I should have followed my dog.
Bro, listen, bro.
Damn.
Well, listen, bro. When everybody talking about the Florida State Seminoles, they came in, this, that, and that. You know, I ain't gonna get into too much on that. I'm gonna let y'all boys take care of the Florida State part. I'm just letting everybody know. I called Georgia Tech. I told you what Georgia Tech was gonna do. I told you defense was gonna look better. I told you Florida State had to show me. DJ, you just ain't got it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Gator go hit y'all with this episode. But before Gator go, make sure y'all want more of this content. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Money Down Podcast. We talk sports. So we had a game. We had the game yesterday. Florida State versus Georgia Tech. Final score 24-21. Okay, that right there leads to a Florida State 17 regular game win streak snap. First loss as a double-digit favorite since 2021 against Jacksonville State. Georgia Tech is 8-1 against the spread in the last 9 games against Florida State. Florida State is 15-12 overall head-to-head against Georgia Tech. And in the last 10 games, they're 5-5. All right. So DJ went 19 for 27 with 193 yards, 0 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. You had Haynes King 11 for 16 with 200 total yards. You also had running backs Williams and Toffoli combined for 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. Douglas and Benson both had 4 receptions. Douglas had 55 yards receiving. Benson had 39 yards receiving. And then Haynes had 11 carries for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns for Georgia Tech. So the offense that we thought that Florida State would have, it didn't show up. We thought that the run game would be able to actually hold them over to where DJ didn't have to do nothing. That's what I said on the actual preview of the game. I felt like DJ shouldn't have to win this game or lose this game. Florida State should be able to come out, run the ball, steamroll over a Georgia Tech defense that we know that wasn't good. That's what I expected. But that didn't happen. The run game wasn't as effective, and it caused a lot of problems. So they went out there. They couldn't move the ball as much. They only scored 2 touchdowns, and they got a 2-point conversion with a couple of field goals. They scored on their first drive of the game, and then they didn't score another touchdown until the 4th quarter. Like, the offense was non-existent. Georgia Tech came out there. King can throw the ball all over the place. He didn't have to, because Florida State defensive line that we thought was supposed to be good was fucking ass. It was ass. So what they did, the coach told y'all right after the game, we're going to run the fucking ball. And that's what they did. They ran the fucking ball. And they ran however they wanted to. I'm disappointed. I thought highly of them. I thought they would be 1 game shy of a ACC championship game, or actually make it to the ACC championship game. But to me, be honest with you, we can revisit this in a couple of weeks. I honestly believe Florida State goes 7-5, 6-6. It's going to be a lot of flower bringing and some slow song singing. This season is not going to be good as long as you got DJ at the hand. You better get to the SMU Clemson game, and you better be done took him out off your roster, make him hit the portal, go with somebody else. He ain't the guy. But I'm going to go ahead and pass this thing to Dre, man. Go ahead and get it, Dre. I got that nose pack. Oh,
you got a nose pack over there?
Do you think?
Hey, I don't know if y'all boys ever heard of a Dear John letter, but I got a Dear John letter, and I ain't even have to write this down. I got a Dear John letter to somebody named Mr. David John. David John, you fucked me over, boy. Mr. David John, I knew you was a bitch when I met you. But guess what? Mr. David John is one of those type of guys, you know he a fuck boy when you meet him, but you got respect for the guys that you meet him with, so you give him the benefit of the doubt, but you can't wait for the chance that you get to prove that he was the bitch that he was when you met him.
Talk to him, Dre.
That's what Mr. David John did for me yesterday. Boy, I knew you was ass. I knew you was ass, but I had respect for who you came for. I had respect for that logo that you had. I had respect for them Florida State boys that you came with. But guess what? Boy, week 0, you gave me a chance to prove that you was the sorry bitch that I knew you was when you transferred over there, boy. And you had the nerve to beat me out my money. I had so much respect for the guys that I met you with when you came to Tallahassee, Florida, that I put my money on y'all boys, and you fucked me out my money. So guess what? Now I gotta know you asser than a motherfucker. And I knew you was ass. And for those out there who don't know who the hell David John is, it's DJ Ugalele. Fuck what the fuck his last name is. That sorry bitch down there in Florida State that played quarterback and wear number 4. DJ stand for David John. That's not even a real Hawaiian name. I don't even know who the hell you really is, boy. You're really not a motherfucking Samoan. You tried to be a goddamn European. You a half-breed, boy. You ain't a blue. You ain't a full-blooded pit, nigga. You a half-breed. And you fucked me out my goddamn money. And going back looking at that game, Gator, you noticed some points. Florida State couldn't stop the run game. They couldn't stop the run game. They couldn't stop it at all. But at the end of the day, one thing I noticed about that game, Florida State really got stops when they really needed them. They gave up 0 points in the third quarter. If anybody been watching Florida State football over the last couple of years, you know that third quarter is really when Florida State take off on the beach. That's when the game get out of hand, and then you got to go play catch up in the fourth quarter. Because the defense going to clamp down. They're going to make adjustments to what the offense is doing. They're going to give the offense opportunities to go put up points on the board while not giving up any points. So in the fourth quarter, the opposing team usually has to play catch up. That's Florida State football. That's what we've been seeing over the last couple of years. Let me tell you where that went wrong at yesterday. As bad as the defense was with tackling, Georgia Tech definitely controlled the line of scrimmage. They was able to run the ball. But at the end of the day, Georgia Tech only put up 21 points before the last few seconds field goal that they kicked to win the game. For the majority of the game, for 4 quarters, Florida State defense only gave up 21 points. I'm only 32 years old. I don't know about all the listeners out there, how old they are, how long they've been watching Florida State football for. But for the majority of my life of watching Florida State football, you should be able to give up 21 points, but still muster up enough offense to outscore your opponent by only giving up 21 points. But let me tell you why you couldn't muster up enough offense. You started off the game getting too cute, running 6 motherfucking running backs when you know you really only got 2. Tor Feely and Roydell Williams from Alabama. Those should have been your 2 bell cows. You should have set the tone early from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. By the time the fourth quarter came, they wouldn't want to tackle 24 and number 9 to be out there running wild. But let me tell you what the real problem was. You got a quarterback trying to run your system that can't complete a pass past 10 yards. And I ain't bullshitting. 10 yards. That man can't complete a pass past 20 yards.
Talk to him, Dre.
I've been hearing people say the play calling was terrible. Mike Norvell offense was trash. No, Mike Norvell is not the problem. When I'm sitting there screaming at the TV because I see a bitch running across the field wide open all game and your quarterback don't see him, I can't blame the coach for that. Mr. David John, you are the first motherfucker to be introduced to Sad Face Sunday on Money Down Podcast. Sad Face Sunday goes to Mr. David John, DJ Ugalele, and whatever the fuck his name is, and the Florida State Seminoles for fucking up my money. Now, Mr. Professor, what you got for me?
Listen, first off, I'm gonna start with some facts for the people out there, for the subscribers. Once again, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all want more of this content, but we're gonna keep putting it out. Whether you like, subscribe, comment or not, it's still gonna be dropping. Okay, somebody hit me up and said, "Hey, cuz." I said, "What's up, cuz? What you think our chances there right now of making a college football playoff?" I said, "Okay." Coming into the season, Florida State had a high chance of making college football playoff. Going into the Georgia Tech game, Florida State had a 30% chance of making the All-State playoff. That's the All-State playoff prediction. Now they got a 14% chance of making college football playoff. FSU second loss all time as a top 10 team unranked opponent in the season opener. Their last loss was in 1989 versus Southern Miss by one of my favorite quarterbacks, Brett Favre. Georgia Tech snapped a 15-game losing streak to an AP top 10 team. Last win was against Florida State again, 2015. So let me holler at y'all on a different level for a minute.
Talk to him, Brad.
Let me tell y'all something, man. Florida State spent their whole summer saying the Florida Gators sorry, Florida Gators this, Florida Gators that, trying to sue the ACC, to lead the conference and all this. When meanwhile, y'all should have been spending time out there working on y'all team and practicing. Mike Norvell, I got something to say to you. You're a smart head coach. I give you that. But what players are you developing on the field? Most of the players that I see out there, the transfer portal. You living in the transfer portal. Before the game, I told everybody Florida State has no linebackers. I was told that ain't true, Prez. I was told Florida State had a mean secondary. I was told
you that, my brother. I was
told Florida State D-line was ferocious. They had your boy Payton coming in, 6'5". They had Marvin coming over there from Georgia, supposed to be a dog on that line. They had these gas receivers that's coming in. And you know what Georgia Tech showed me? It was out physical on the offensive line, which they bought 4 back. Florida State bought their whole offensive line back. Florida State had a defensive line. They couldn't even win one-on-one coverages. And the quarterback, DJ, that probably was one of the worst performances I've seen at a quarterback throwing downfield since Emory Jones at the University of Florida.
Nah, it was worse than that.
It actually was. And everybody want to blame. Everybody, a lot of people I know said DJ had a great game. I don't know what game they see. That's the crazy part.
DJ was 19 for 27 with 193 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He played not to win and he played not to lose. Go ahead. Talk to him, Prez.
Up until that last drive, he was deaking and dunking. Bubble screen, wide receiver screen. I was surprised. They were sending the wide receivers down the field, but the running backs are going deep in the wide receivers, getting the ball thrown to them. Like, what we got going on? You don't got no faith in your wide receivers? You sending the running backs down the field? Then on top of that, I'm going to pick it back on what Dre said. You rotated 6 running backs to start the game. 6 running backs to start the game. You had 4. You only got 2 great running backs. I give you the freshman. I forgot his name. Number 3. He's supposed to be good. Highly recruited out of high school. He's supposed to be good. But I feel like that game was just too much for him. And on another note, before that game, I told y'all about Georgia Tech leading tackler last year with the Tigers. My dog had the neck brace on at the linebacker up big. He was causing a lot of problems.
He lit the gas too.
Yeah, he lit the real gas. Number 9 for Georgia Tech, he was unblockable. He got back there. Okay, I'm gonna get back on DJ for a minute and bring some points out. If Florida State had another quarterback, they possibly had a chance to win that game. DJ threw the ball out of bounds to an open receiver probably about 3-4 times. The pass interference that they called, that was an uncatchable ball. The ball was thrown to the left side. But I'm gonna give y'all 3 facts I noticed about Florida State. They cannot stop the run at all. Can't stop the run at all. They supposed to came in as a very good running team and an okay passing team. But in my opinion, I don't think they'll throw that running up passing the ball. I feel like Florida State will go 6-6 this year. That's on a high note. I feel like they will lose the state of Florida. They will lose the Florida Gators, and they will lose to Miami. That's just what I'm going off of week 0, because I got to see a dramatic change from that offense. And even in the 4th quarter, I don't feel like Mike Norvell trusted DJ. And I hate to say it, he didn't trust the defensive coordinator. The defense neither. 4th down twice, you had a lot of time to kick the ball off, play D and get better field position. You went for it on 4th down twice. And Georgia Tech didn't really throw the ball. They did the same thing the whole game. Hines King, read the linebackers. The linebacker biting the running back, I'm going to take off. Hines King was out physical. He missed a couple passes too, but he actually had a good game. I give it up to Georgia Tech coach. He came with a great game plan. He called it a good game. So Georgia Tech, this from boy Praise Professor to y'all. Gator, say another quote.
Yeah, man, I ain't got really enough for him. Dre with breaking news, man. Sad Face Sunday goes to DJ, bro. David John. That's crazy. I ain't even know that was that man name. David. Your name is David John. David John went for 19 for 27, 193 yards. I don't care what nobody say. If you didn't see the game, you're going to look at 19 for 27, 193 and say, well, the stat line really, it really. If you watch the game, he played terrible. He didn't take no chances. He didn't put nothing at risk. He didn't try to win the game. He didn't want to lose the game. He was the problem the whole time. When it was time to get a big shot on a third down or a fourth down, he got either he didn't succeed or he got lucky. He's a non-factor. He's a non-threat. On top of that, I like that y'all said that they had 6 running backs, right? They rotated like 6 running backs, which caused the problem, which led to what? Williams and Tofili combining for only 70 rushing yards. What's up? Off what we seen last year from Florida State, they can run the ball. Run the ball. You should have went in there and you should have ran the ball down Georgia Tech throat. First drive, you ran it down their throat. They couldn't do nothing with it. Then all of a sudden, we don't even know our identity anymore. Wide receivers, Douglas, Benson, 4 receptions apiece. One of them got 55 yards, the other one got 39 yards. Like, that's the highest receivers. Come on, man. Y'all was out there, man.
Okay, I got another fun fact. I got a question to ask both of y'all, but I got something else I just found out too earlier this morning. I didn't know Florida State was at the bottom of the conference in rushing yards last year. They really wasn't that great of a rushing team last year.
But they could run the ball when they needed to or when they wanted to. They could run the ball if they wanted to.
Okay, so let me ask both of y'all.
They can't even run when they want to.
Let me ask both of y'all this question. Yesterday's game, do y'all feel like it was more that Novell felt offensive line couldn't hold up the drop back the pass, or he just had no confidence in DJ? He gave up on him.
I ain't seen nobody have confidence in DJ in 5 years. 5. Name me one quarterback that has went 5 years in college football and has never showed you progression. He went 5 years and never showed you progression. And he done started 4 of them. You're not going to do it, so don't worry about it.
I feel like Mr. DJ Booty, David John, this fella that y'all talking about, the quarterback at Florida State University, was the reason they lost that game yesterday. I don't give a damn what nobody say about play calling. I don't give a damn about Florida State couldn't stop the run. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. They only gave up 21 points for the majority of the game. And they only put up 21. And it was because of DJ. So yes, I can't even really say lack of confidence in DJ, because I feel like Norvell dialed up some plays for that man to go out there and produce, and he just didn't deliver. He didn't answer the bill. If we had to do an evaluation, that motherfucker would be getting a pay cut. Not a raise, not staying at what he making. He would be getting a pay cut. And let's make no mistake about it. He's getting paid to play quarterback at Florida State University.
Facts.
We live in an NIL age where these guys are getting paid to do their job. So guess what? I'm gonna grade you off the job that you're doing. And
facts.
Ass is yesterday. Mr. David John. DJ Ugalele, whatever the fuck his name is, the quarterback for the Florida State University, the Seminoles.
Okay, so I'm finna hit everybody across the world with something else right quick, like before we end this episode. Not to take nothing away from Georgia Tech, because Florida State scored on the first drive of the game. Touchdown looked pretty easy. Ran it straight down, 7-8 plays. Florida State only got 2 field goals between that and the second quarter and the third quarter. They didn't score another touchdown in that game to almost the end of the game with about like 4 or 5 minutes left in the game. So to me, Georgia Tech defense had a lot to do with that also. Georgia Tech looked way better this year than it did last year. Last year, Georgia Tech couldn't stop you from running the ball at all. It could have been 3rd and 14. You could have got a first down by rushing the ball. Georgia Tech defensive coordinator came in with a game plan against Florida State. He stuck to it, and I like what he did. So we're going to let everybody know today, DJ is the sad face Sunday. Goes to DJ. Number 10, Florida State 21, Georgia Tech 24. That'll end this episode today. Make sure y'all go like, comment, and subscribe, and we're going to keep getting out this good content to y'all.
Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Man, y'all know what it is. Like, comment, and subscribe. Money Down Podcast. You can find us on Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is where it's at, man. We talk sports.